Okay, let's address a question that comes up quite a bit, which is I'm new to the 1911 space, or I'm a total novice. I've never bought a 1911 or 2011. Where should I start? Oh God, I hate having to actually come to an opinion on this because it's a brutally tough question. Because, you know, if someone said, well, what Glock should I get? It's obvious, you just go get a Glock 19. Anyone else who disagrees with you, just stop being friends with them, you know? But 1911's, 2011's, you will see even from the comment right there, 1911, 2011. This is a complicated subject matter because there's a lot of variations that we have to consider here. So let's go through some different factors. So the first thing is you have to answer, well, am I getting a 1911 or a 2011? Well, crash course in this for everyone. So 1911 is a single stack gun, right? So single stack, you know, if it's in 9mm, you're probably getting a 10-round gun. If it's in 45, you're getting an 8-round gun. If you're getting a 2011 is going to be a double stack gun, most traditionally in 9mm. I guess there's some weirdos who want 2011s in like 40 or 10mm if you shoot a lot of bears. But to all the normal Americans, you would get a 2011 and 9mm. So that's the first question. Should you get a 1911 or 2011? Shit, I don't know. Part of me that wants to set you up for success wants to tell you to get a 2011 because I believe you'll shoot it more. Why? Because of capacity. It's a lot more enjoyable to shoot something on an extended range day where I've got 15, you know, like these are really the smallest mags you're going to get, which are 16 rounds. And hell, if you want to do big boy shit, you can go get one of these. I mean, look at that. That's a 20, 27, 28. So part of me wants to say 2011 just for the sake of capacity. And because you're going to have to load it less, you're probably going to shoot it more, which is going to turn you more into our camp, and you're going to move away from your plastic guns and start to enjoy this stuff. But I don't know that I can answer for it. You know, fuck it, 2011. I'm just going to say get a 2011. God, but then the traditional part of me is like, no, you got to start with a 45 1911. Shit, I don't. Ugh. Okay, 1911 or 2011, let's put that on the back burner for now. Next thing, should you get it in 9mm or 45? Shit, God, you know, everything that's in me that is traditional says, look, you gotta get a 1911 that's chambered in 45 because it's the classic, that's what a 1911 is. That's the classic 1911-ness of it, right? It, you know, is gonna recoil a little harder, yada, 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 but it's classic, right? But I want to set you up for success because I want you to continue to get into this. So part of me wants to say 9mm in 2011 for the sake of it's going to be softer to shoot and you're going to have more capacity, but you're going to have to answer that for yourself, 9mm or 45. Commander or government. Again, for those who are a little less familiar with it, if we look at, let's grab 2011s here. So that's the difference. That is on the left, a government. On the right, that is a commander. A government is a 5-inch barrel. A commander is 4 1/4. I would personally, I actually would have an opinion on this. I would tell you to get a commander for the sheer sake of it's going to be more versatile, okay? You're not likely going to be carrying a full size, aka a 5-inch or government 1911 or 2011. You can carry a commander. It's a bit more of a carry gun, but it's still going to do phenomenal at the range or as a home defense gun or whatever it may be. So if it was your first, personally, I would tell you to get a commander. Then you got to answer the next question, which is, do I want it railed or non-railed? Okay, so railed versus non-railed. I know you're all passing judgment on my guns right now, and that's fine. You're allowed to do that. That's part of the fun. So railed, right, aka a rail. It's pretty self-explanatory, right? Versus non-railed. Non-railed is obviously going to be a bit more traditional. Railed is going to be a bit more modern. I would personally opt for a railed gun if I were you, just for the ability, obviously, to attach a light to it, which especially if it's going to be used as a bedside gun, I would argue that you should have a light on your bedside gun. So I would say get a railed versus a non-railed. Another big consideration beyond some of the spec stuff. Well, what's your budget for this? Are we in the $1,000 kind of budget? Are we in 2,000 to 3,000? Like, where are you at with this? And that's something that I can't answer for you. So when it comes to, well, which one should you actually buy? Like, what model, what brand? A lot of it's just going to be budget dependent, right? If you said, hey, look, 1,000 to 1,500, okay, cool. You know, like, honestly, 2011s are going to be tough. That's the biggest thing, is you're going to catch more deals on 1911s versus 2011s. To get a respectable 2011, and I'm not talking about ninja stuff, but I'm talking about like the 2011 market is pretty small, you know, and STI is probably your most entry. You know, there are cheaper 2011s, don't get me wrong, but STI is probably your best bet for like a mainstream company that is still well-respected-ish, where you can go and get a 2011, you know, their Staccato series for, you know, I don't know, what are they going for? Maybe get one for like $1,500 or something like that. Cool thing with 1911s is you can get some, you know, pretty good $1,000, you know, Springfields, Colts. I know there's going to be everyone who's got an opinion on are they actually good or not. Like, that's up for, you know, you to decide. But if I was picking, where should you start? Again, I can't determine your budget for you. To set you up for success, because I do want to take a position in this, even though I will debate myself nonstop, I would say, look, that's about the closest thing I could tell you to go get, which would be a 2011, right, which is going to give you minimally 16 rounds, okay, which means I think you're going to shoot it a lot more, just because you're going to have to load a lot less mags. Chambered in 9mm, because it's going to be a lot more enjoyable to shoot. I would tell you to get a Commander with a rail. What, you know, what your budget and where you go buy that from, that's up to you. That, truth be told, just in terms of like the overall dimensions of a gun, that is the closest thing I would tell you to get. I think you will fall in love with it. And then from there, you could branch out into maybe some more like traditional 1911s and 45s and stuff like that. So as painful as it is, that's my take.